good, everyone? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Today, we have the NPD for April 2018. Got some interesting developments there. We also have Nintendo selling a Dockless Switch in Japan, and also BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle that has been rated in Famitsu. So let's go ahead and get right into this. And we are starting off with the top 20 NPD sales for April 2018. This is the best-selling games in the United States, but it doesn't include digital sales for everything. And of course, like I said, it's just the United States NPD. So it's accurate, and they don't give us any actual numbers like the media create, but it is something to go off of. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about is how LABO is not a floppo, or at least flopping like all these clickbait places did say, like the No, for example, and other places did say that LABO flopped based off of, I guess, shipment numbers in Japan and pictures people were putting online. Well, that is not the case, because LABO is actually doing pretty well based on the NPD sales. So let's go ahead and start at the bottom here. FIFA 18 was number 20, Kirby Star Allies, Sea of Thieves, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, A Way Out, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Monster Hunter World, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, NBA 2K18, Super Mario Odyssey, Call of Duty World War II, Grand Theft Auto 5, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was number 5. Very good for that game. Really good. Donkey Kong on the Wii U, I don't know if it even charted in the top 10 back when that came out in 2014. Then you also have the LABO Variety Kit at number 4. And then MLB The Show at number 3. Far Cry 5 at number 2. And God of War at number 1. One quick note with God of War. Apparently it made like the most revenue for a single player or exclusive Sony-based franchise ever in its debut month. So really good stuff for God of War. But kind of moving on to some of the Nintendo stuff here with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. That game charting 5th is very good for something that, like I said, had a lot of outrage online. People thought that, oh, we shouldn't buy this, but that is definitely not the case. People feel that it's worth the money or however much that they're charging for it, because it did chart number 5. And probably slightly more impressive is that was only on 2 days or a couple days of sales, because I know some of you guys are probably thinking like, wait a minute, April, Donkey Kong came out in May. Well, the thing about it is the cutoff dates. They actually go a little bit over for the month, and since Donkey Kong launched very early May, it actually made it into that cutoff. So there you go. It was counted there and only accounted for a couple days of sales, and look at what we got here, number 5 on the charts. But also LABO was released at the end of the month. I think it was April 20th. I think same as God of War, right? And that actually charted pretty high up as well, the Variety Kit. So good stuff there. LABO is definitely not flopping like some people like to say, because nobody's calling Donkey Kong a flop at this point when you look at the Japanese sales, which we do know, and you also look at the Western sales with the NPD and where it's charting. Obviously nobody's calling that a flop, and LABO actually charted higher here and is somewhat on par in sales in Japan when it comes to it. It's a little bit ahead of it, I think, just because it came out before it, but still nobody's calling DKC a flop, so you shouldn't be calling LABO a flop either based on what we do know. So all the clickbait sites, sorry, I gotta call you guys out a little bit. Bad information that you're spreading out there to your users. So what do you guys think about these sales when it comes to LABO, the Variety Kit, and also what God of War did, and kind of just what's going on with the industry? Nintendo Switch selling extremely well with their games here, their exclusives. We also got some leaked numbers as well. PS4 was number 1, obviously, with God of War. I think over 300,000 units sold. This isn't official, this is just leaked numbers, guys. Number 2 was Nintendo Switch with around 170,000 units plus, and then number 3 was the Xbox with, I think, like 130 something thousand units plus, and then number 4 was the Nintendo 3DS, I think, with around 70,000. So like I said, those are leaked numbers, not official, but that's what the numbers are there. So overall, pretty good month for everyone included. Sony did really well. Nintendo Switch continued to do really well for the month of April as well. I'm just glad that it's not like 20,000 units like it was with the Wii U for the month. Yeah, that's exactly what the Wii used to sell at months, 20,000 units or less at times. So it was absolutely insane. But anyway, what do you guys think about all this information here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, now moving into the next topic here. Nintendo does have a Dockless Switch second unit set has just been announced for Japan, and what you see right here is exactly what you're going to be getting in the package. So Nintendo has announced a Switch second unit set, and that's how they have it quoted, guys. That's how they're marketing it, a second unit set, not as your first unit, but as a second unit, and that's very important. I'm going to tie that into some of the stuff that is happening this year. Now, they've announced this just for Japan only, which includes a Nintendo Switch unit, left and right Joy-Cons, and 2 Joy-Con straps for 24,980 yen. The price is 5,000 yen cheaper than the standard Nintendo Switch model, which includes a dock, Joy-Con grip, AC adapter, and HDMI cable for 29,980 yen. Now at the My Nintendo store, consumers can even customize the colors of their Joy-Cons. Nintendo did not announce plans to release the Switch second unit set outside of Japan yet, but it could be something that they talk about at E3, or it could be something that's announced later in the year for a Western type of deal, but they might have to do it differently in terms of what they package it with and what's going on there. So let's talk about this, because this is actually somewhat big news. This could be seen as a successor somewhat to the Nintendo 3DS, but at the same time, I think that Nintendo is really gearing up and prepping for the inevitable like Pokemon surge, right? You're going to get an influx of Japanese users who just want to play this game like they played their Nintendo 3DS because of games like Yokai Watch and Pokemon. Those are both, hopefully, I think, with Pokemon and with Yokai Watch dropping in 2018, and you're going to get a lot of users who don't need to have a TV, don't want to have the dock, and want to get a cheaper price because they want to play this thing exactly like they played Yokai Watch and exactly like they played Pokemon on their Nintendo 3DSs, and that is just with the system itself, playing in portable mode. They just want to get their Pokemon game and just play it like that. So I think that's why Nintendo's doing this, and it's positioned as a second Switch set. So Nintendo has been saying that they want multiple users in the house to have like Switches. They don't just want one Switch and everyone gathers around there like they did with the Wii U, or marketed that with the Wii U, and the same thing with the Wii, everyone just gathering around the same device. They want people to be able to have multiple Switch units, which is already happening in different parts of the world. I think it's already happening, and if you can get a little bit of a cheaper price on that, because you're saving about, I think, like $40 or so on this when you translate it out. I mean, it's not like huge savings, but it's still a good amount of savings for those who have no need, and if it's just a secondary set. Because if you're going to be playing Pokemon with your brother or your sister, I mean, you guys are probably going to be lying down in the bed or just playing from adjacent rooms anyway. You don't need to have a big TV and all of that. And it's positioned also for people who already have chargers. We already have one of those power bank chargers, or you can just use the dock that you already have in your house. So some people were wondering, well, what's going on here? Why are they doing this? It's not a good idea. But no, not really. This is for the flurry of users coming over from 3DS to the Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo's going to have to manufacture a lot of Switch systems when Yokai Watch and also when Pokemon drop, especially in Japan. That's going to be big news. Plus, there's going to be Smash Brothers, which did really well on the 3DS. People don't realize how well Smash Brothers sold. That game sold nearly 10 million units plus on the Nintendo 3DS, or right around there, or plus that amount. So that's big. Smash Brothers is a massive system seller in Japan as well as a portable game. So I do feel that Smash Brothers, Yokai Watch, in addition to Pokemon, is what's spurring Nintendo to make sure that they have this option available for users. So I think that pretty much confirms, in my opinion, that Pokemon is coming out in 2018 because of this. I just feel that it's going to happen. Nintendo's going to have a massive second half, and we're going to see a lot of Nintendo Switch systems fly off the My Nintendo store in Japan. Now, in terms of America, I don't think Nintendo's going to announce this anytime soon, but I do feel that maybe next year, or maybe at the end of the year, that we could get this as well. But I'm not sure if it's going to be something that's set here, considering that I think the Western audience uses it as a normal home console a lot more than we see with the Japanese audience. But that's just my thought process when I see what people are talking about. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to the dockless Nintendo Switch in Japan? Would you want that option here? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. All right, now moving into the final topic here, we have the Famitsu review scores for issue 1538. And there is a game that I want to talk about on here, the only game that I need to talk about, and that is BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. This game is absolutely phenomenal, and it got a really good score. So that's the only score that I'm going to go over. If you guys want to check out the other scores for all the different games, you can check it out there. But I don't think any other game got higher than what BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle did. And I'm looking over the list here. Yeah, no other game got higher than the 35 out of 40 that it got. So we got 3 9s and 1 8. Those are fantastic scores. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle drops at the end of the month in Japan and will drop early June for the Nintendo Switch in the, not the West, everywhere, just the US, North America, and then in Europe in late June, I think like June 22nd or something like that. So we'll be getting it soon, and this game had a phenomenal beta. I think the thing that's going to sell people on this game is how good the online works. Very good. I love the lobby system in there. I love the messaging system in there. I love the smoothness. The netcode is quite possibly the best netcode that I have played in a fighting game ever. The netcode is very, very good. I had a few matches with lag, nothing crazy, but it was so good to the point to where I could barely feel anything. I mean, there was some, but it was pretty much non-existent. I've played games like Smash Brothers, I've played other fighting games online, and you encounter lag quite a bit. I've watched other people play games like Street Fighter, and they encounter lag quite a bit, but this was probably the least amount of lag that I've ever encountered playing through a fighting game, and just being, wow, amazed with how well that it did. And that was just the beta. I mean, they're still finishing things up and getting things in its final phases and ready to go. So I'm excited about that. The game is very easy to pick up and play, but hard to master. I think the controls are great. I was playing with the Nintendo Switch Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Special Edition controller. That worked fantastic for me, so I'm really excited about this game coming out, and I'm definitely going to be buying it. It'll be my first BlazBlue purchase in about a decade. The last one that I got was on the Xbox 360, was the original, so about a decade long before I purchased another BlazBlue game. So I'm excited for it. I'm ready to go in there with my Noel and learn as much as I can, along with my Ruby as well. So I will definitely see a lot of you guys out there. Scarlet, G5, I'll see all of you guys on the battlefield for this one here. Hopefully I don't get bopped too bad. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle? The 35 out of 40, great score. Nintendo's Dockless Nintendo Switch creeping up here in Japan. Are they foreshadowing for that big Pokemon announcement? And then you also have the NPD. LABO did not flop based on the charts here, based on what we do know. Let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emails via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.